Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Marco and online I'm known as WoodFire and Whiskey, and today we're making blueberry peanut butter whiskey cinnamon rolls. You ready? Now we're gonna mix up our dry ingredients. We have 4 cups of flour, a pinch of salt, and a 1/4 cup of sugar. Got my scale here. Whoa. I'm a little over. Got a pinch of salt and a 1/4 cup of sugar and a packet of dry yeast. It's about 2 1/4 teaspoons. And then we can add our wet ingredients to this. 1 egg, cracked with 1 hand. Oh man, I got a shell in there. 4 tablespoons of butter, softened. We're gonna add in a cup of warm milk. 110 degrees seems to be like the perfect spot. A 1/4 cup water. All right, let's set down a little bit of flour. So I recently made these cinnamon rolls on TikTok, and this seemed to be everybody's favorite part when I made the dough. Now that we have our dough, we're gonna put it into an oiled bowl, cover it with some plastic, and let it rest for an hour. It should like double in size. It's gonna get thick, nice and thick. All right, get the sides just a little oiled up, a little on the top. That way it doesn't dry out. All right, now this just gets to rest back here. It's time for us to make the blueberry sauce. We're gonna need 1.5 cups of washed blueberries, about 1 cup of water, 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, about 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, and 2 ounces of peanut butter whiskey. The peanut butter whiskey is just gonna give like a hint of peanut butter in the background of that blueberry. It's gonna be absolutely delicious. We're gonna put it all in a sauce pot, bring it to a boil for about 5 minutes, reduce it to a low simmer, and reduce it by half into a nice syrup. You know, one of the beauties of cooking with alcohol is that the cook gets to pour themselves a drink. Cheers. So this is the consistency we're looking for right here. Yeah, so this dough has been resting for about an hour. Maybe a little bit less, maybe like 45 minutes. What I did was I put this bowl close to the stove while I was making the blueberry sauce. That way that residual heat coming off of the stove would help the dough rise a little bit faster. And here we are. We have a double-sized dough. A little flour. Bam, bam. It's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist. It's like when you're smacking the dough, it's all in the wrist. Bam. You know, the key to making a really good cinnamon roll or any kind of dough is to show it that you love it. Show it that you're in charge. It's okay to stop and just kind of appreciate all of the work that you're putting in to have a cinnamon roll. Cheers. After we've rolled this out, we're gonna paint it with some butter. Add a little bit of brown sugar and cinnamon. This is hard work. So here we got a mixture of brown sugar, cinnamon, and ground coriander. We're just gonna sprinkle across this butter. Now my favorite part, we add this delicious blueberry. This is where it's gonna start to get messy and you're gonna start to have a lot of fun. Just trust me on it. Just trust me on it. Don't worry, we're gonna brush this all over the plate. Oh yeah. Make sure you save a little bit of this blueberry filling because we're gonna mix it with some cream cheese for the topping at the end. Let's add in some lemon zest. All right, so we want to roll this nice and tight. Some of you won't have a problem with that. I'm gonna wrap this part over to try to minimize the mess. Just gonna rub down every area of this cast iron with butter. We're cutting 8 equal cinnamon rolls. I got 9. Apparently I can't count. So we're gonna go ahead and just start placing these inside our cast iron. Got that one little oddball in the center there. Hey little guy. And now we're gonna pour about a half cup of warm, heavy cream over the cinnamon rolls. That's gonna help them rise. Just cover them. Oh, and don't be like me. Preheat your oven before you start rolling your cinnamon rolls. So now this goes into the oven at 350 for 20 minutes and we can prepare a cream cheese frosting. So let's take the leftover blueberry filling, just put it in this bowl. We're gonna mix it with some cream cheese. There we go. I just took a peek at the cinnamon rolls. They're growing pretty big. That's what we have when it's all mixed in. Ooh, look at those. As you can see, they expanded and filled up the entire cast iron skillet. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Just gotta add a little bit of our cream cheese frosting to the top. Look at that. Looking delicious. A little lemon zest to finish it off. And like I always do in my videos, we gotta reward ourselves with a drink for making something delicious again. I mean, all that's left now is just to taste what we've created, and I can smell it. I can smell the lemon zest right now, the cinnamon. I mean, this just, let's give it a taste. That's so good. Look at those fillings. Well, this was absolutely delicious, and I'm happy that I got the chance to share this recipe with you all once again. Remember, if you like this content, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know how I did, and let me know if you try it. You can find me on TikTok, WoodFire and Whiskey, on Instagram, WoodFire_whiskey, or on my website, woodfirewhiskey.com. Blueberry peanut butter whiskey cinnamon rolls. Cheers to you, cheers to me, and everyone that's gonna try this recipe. Thank you to So Yummy for having me on. Cheers.